If you're going on a Bermuda cruise and you are wondering what is there to do near the cruise ship, what can you do on your own, what are some of the best excursions to book, I've got you covered with the top 10 things to do on a Bermuda cruise. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, if you're going on a Bermuda cruise, you're in luck. Bermuda is just gorgeous, and likely your cruise ship is going to be docked 1 or 2 nights in Bermuda, which gives you ample time to explore and do quite a lot of things. Now, we've actually sailed to Bermuda 8 times on a cruise, so we do have quite a lot of different things that I can recommend. I'm going to share with you some tips, and this last cruise that we did try a couple of new things, so I'm going to share that with you as well. Now, even though you're going to be in Bermuda for 2 or maybe 3 days, my suggestion is not to try to do everything on this list or everything that you see on any other list. Instead, pick 2, 3, maybe 4 things to do during your time in Bermuda and save some things for a return visit. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. Number 1, visit a pink sand beach. Now, do Bermuda beaches really have pink sand? Yes, they do, but it is more like a champagne or a blush pink. And you will actually notice the little pieces of coral, I think it is, in the sand, so you will see it. However, when you're right there, it may not look as pink as it does in the photos. Now, the most popular beach in Bermuda, and especially for cruisers, is Horseshoe Bay Beach. It is absolutely that gorgeous. However, beware, it can get very crowded there. Now, the last time we were in Bermuda, it was the most crowded we had ever seen because we had 3 ships that were in port. But usually you have 2 ships and it's really not that bad. So I do still suggest it. However, I have a little tip for you. What you can do is when you do get to Horseshoe Bay Beach is walk all the way to the left, past even the first couple of rock formations, and you're going to see that it is very secluded. But even if you walk to the left of the beach, you're going to see that you just don't have those same crowds that you have on the right. Though if you do want to be at an absolutely perfect cove on your extreme right of Horseshoe Bay Beach, there is a beautiful little cove. You might see little crabs walking on the rocks. If you have young children, this is perfect, or even if you want to snorkel. Now, there are definitely other beaches in Bermuda, and if you want to take a cab and maybe go somewhere a little bit more secluded or even take the public bus, it is safe to do so. You could do that. However, you just won't find the facilities that you find at Horseshoe Bay Beach. So I do find as cruisers, this is sometimes really convenient. So you have bathrooms, you have showers, you have a restaurant, you have a bar, and you can rent chairs and an umbrella. Now, before I move on, I did want to mention that you can take public transit to the beach or anywhere else in Bermuda. It is safe to do so. However, the even better way to get to Horseshoe Bay Beach is actually to take a shuttle. These are available right as soon as you get out of your cruise ship. You will see these shuttles, these sort of mini buses that you can take over, and they are $7 each way per person. Number 2, Crystal Caves. Now, Crystal Caves is so interesting, and they actually have crystal and fantasy caves, so you can do both, or you could just pick one or the other. Personally, we just went to Crystal Caves. Absolutely loved visiting there. Now, you can book this with a cruise line if you want, but you will probably see that it might be double or even triple the price of doing it on your own. Now, if you do want to go to Crystal Caves on your own, you would buy a public transportation pass and you would take the ferry over to Hamilton and then the bus from Hamilton over to Crystal Caves. Now, I will leave a blog post down below in the description of this video that will actually give you the instructions as to how to get over to Crystal Caves on your own. But I can tell you, if you just pay the entry fee to Crystal Caves and take public transit, it is going to be much cheaper than booking this with the cruise line. Number 3, head over to Swizzle Inn. Now, Swizzle Inn is pretty famous in Bermuda for the original rum swizzle, which I think is kind of their national drink. I'm not 100% sure, but it definitely is drank quite a lot in Bermuda, and it is very good. Now, the Swizzle Inn is right across from Crystal Caves. So if you're going to Crystal Caves, make a day of it and head over to lunch or maybe a light snack. Head over to the Swizzle Inn to have some burgers, and don't forget to have some rum swizzle. Now, I have a little bit of an honorable mention. If you're feeling like some ice cream, either after your rum swizzles or after Crystal Caves, then do head over to Bailey's. It is on the same property, basically, of Crystal Caves. Now, once you are finished at Crystal Caves, you can take the bus right back over to Hamilton. You'll notice in Bermuda that taking the public transit is kind of like getting a tour of Bermuda. It's absolutely gorgeous. It does take a little bit of time, but you'll appreciate being with the locals on the bus. Number 4, Hamilton Harbor Nights. Now, Hamilton Harbor Nights is kind of like a street festival, and it does happen in Hamilton, so not really right where the cruise ship is docked, but you could take a ferry over. It's about 15 or maybe 20 minutes maximum to take the ferry over to Hamilton from the cruise port. And the nice thing about being docked in Bermuda is that you can go out in the evening, and it is very safe to go out in Bermuda. So this is something that you can do. Now, you can either buy a ticket for the ferry, or you can simply pay $5 cash directly as you board the ferry. Now, make sure that you do check the ferry schedule. There is usually a special ferry schedule for those evenings that are Hamilton Harbor Nights. But if you miss that last ferry back, you are stuck, and you will have to take a taxi back to Dockyard, which could run you, I hear, about $100 US. Now, at Hamilton Harbor Nights, you will see everybody just out having a good time, the locals and tourists alike. You will find street food, you will find a parade, and if you're lucky, you'll have the Gombi dancers that are dancing during the parade. We even had some amazing Portuguese donuts, worth a stop. Number 5, book a catamaran excursion, and you can book any boat excursion, but in particular, we just happen to like catamarans. We tend to book catamaran excursions in a lot of different places that we go, and we have booked this particular catamaran excursion several times. So this catamaran excursion was with Rising Sun. Now, the nice thing about this catamaran excursion is that you do go even when it's quite windy, which does happen sometimes in Bermuda. You will actually be brought with the catamaran over to a cove where it's nice, calm, quiet. You could snorkel a little bit, and you could use some of the different I guess, equipment that they have. So the kayaks, the paddle boards, and if you are very lucky, they may even just take a few people from the excursion over to do a little bit of safe cliff jumping. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you do also have unlimited rum swizzles, which I have to say, we enjoy a lot when we're in Bermuda. Number 6, Dolphin Quest. Now, I have to say, this was a little bit of a bucket list experience, in particular for my son, but when we were on our recent Bermuda cruise, we were looking for something different to do that we haven't done before, and I came across Dolphin Quest. So yes, you can swim with dolphins, and this is right near the cruise port, and it's actually located within the walls of the National Museum of Bermuda. So you know that kind of those fort walls that you see when you're on the cruise ship, that is basically where Dolphin Quest is located. Now, there are different programs and experiences that you can choose from, but you will be swimming with the dolphins right from within their spacious ocean water habitat. Now, I did some research on swimming with dolphins at Dolphin Quest before we headed over, so I was pretty sure we'd have a good experience, but like I mentioned, this went beyond our expectations. Now, it was my husband and son that actually did the swimming with the dolphins. They absolutely loved it. I spent some time filming. However, the trainers were informative. It was educational. They learned so much. I could hear it. So I learned a lot too, but just the experience to actually be swimming and interacting with these dolphins, it was just absolutely amazing, and I highly recommend the experience. Now, I do have a little tip for you. Because Dolphin Quest is right near the cruise port, what you might want to do is book Dolphin Quest for the last day that you are in port at Bermuda, but don't forget to make your reservations. Thank you to Dolphin Quest for upgrading our experience and providing us with a photo package. We really did appreciate it and highly recommend our experience with Dolphin Quest. Number 7, Snorkel Park Beach. Now, if you don't want to go too far from the cruise port, maybe you're looking for something on the last day, or maybe you did an excursion in the morning time and you want to go to the beach in the afternoon, then Snorkel Park Beach is a really good idea. You can walk to Snorkel Park Beach. It's probably about a 10-minute walk maximum from the cruise ship, or you can even take the free trolley over. There's a small entry fee to go into Snorkel Park Beach, and you can rent umbrellas and chairs if you like. Now, as a little bonus tip, if you are looking for something to do in the evening time while your cruise ship is docked that is right at Dockyard, you will notice that the bars and the restaurants, a few of them, do stay open later in the evening time, and you can actually just walk and come and go as you please to head out to any of these bars. But Snorkel Park as well does, I believe it's on Thursday night that they do have a bonfire, and they keep the bar open as well. Number 8, take the ferry over to St. George. Now, St. George is really a little bit different than the bustling capital city of Hamilton, and it really is much more quaint. It's actually a UNESCO heritage site, and it really is worth going over and visiting for the day. You can visit it really right on foot, so it's very accessible. Now, if you want to go over to St. George, you do have to take the ferry. Now, if you're on a Norwegian cruise ship, you're in luck, because at the time that I'm filming this video, they do provide a free shuttle for their cruise passengers to head over to St. George, so something really nice. Now, if you're on any other cruise ship, not to worry, you can still take a ferry over. You can take the public transportation. Even if you do go over to Crystal Caves, you can take the bus over to St. George. So it's still accessible. It just does take a little bit of extra planning. Some of the sites that you might want to see are Fort St. Catherine, St. Peter's Church, and the Unfinished Church. And it is just so pretty to walk around the old town, see the gardens, see the narrow streets, walk around town square, see the harbor, and then take a ferry back. Number 9, have Bermuda's famous fish sandwich. Now, this fish sandwich, it took me absolutely years to try it, and my husband and my son didn't think they would like fish, so it really took an extra long time. We did love it, and let me tell you about it. First of all, you can have this famous fish sandwich at a few different places around Bermuda. The place that we decided to have it was at Woody's, and this was in part because it's close to the cruise ship, and also in part because it really is highly recommended by the locals. Now, this famous fish sandwich, basically what it was spicy wahoo fish. And then after that, yes, get this, it is on raisin bread. So you have to ask for toasted raisin bread. That is apparently how the locals eat it. After that, they put some coleslaw on it as well. We decided to have it just like the locals have it. Was it good? It was very, very good. So what we did, just to let you know, is we did head over to Horseshoe Bay Beach, and we decided to not eat at Horseshoe Bay Beach and instead to take a taxi back to Dockyard. And we stopped there and we had this wonderful fish sandwich. It was absolutely delicious, along with some mac and cheese and some wings, and of course a rum swizzle and a beer. We stopped there before going back to the cruise ship. We definitely highly recommend it. If you have been to Bermuda, if you've eaten at Woody's, or if you've had one of these fish sandwiches at one of the other restaurants, please let me know down in the comments below. Where do you think the best Bermuda sandwich is? Now, I'm going to share with you number 10, and it really is a can't miss, but I do want to let you know that I have a bonus number 11 after this that you're also really probably going to appreciate. So number 10 is the Bermuda National Museum and the Commissioner's House. Now, just because it really is so close to the cruise port, I think a lot of people just discount it as maybe not one of the best things to do in Bermuda, but we finally did go there this year. It is absolutely wonderful. So just to mention, it is in the same area as Dolphin Quest, very easy to walk there or take a trolley, and it really is very affordable to go into the Bermuda National Museum. Now, you can go into the museum, you'll see all sorts of artifacts and interesting information, and as well you can walk along the grounds. We kind of had a bit of a half rainy day. We still walked along the grounds. It was amazing, but if you had a really nice sunny day, it would be even better. Now, make sure to walk up to the Commissioner's House as well. And this is really a museum as well. On each floor, there are different things to see. Very, very interesting. As a little bit of a side note, it's also a great photo op, a great place to take pictures of those cruise ships, or even you in front of the cruise ships. Amazing place, but make sure to save like a good hour at least to visit the Commissioner's House. Now, one of the things that we saw there was this incredible mural. I've never seen anything like it. We probably spent 15 minutes just taking a look at this mural. It was painted by Bermudian artist Graham Foster, and it basically depicts 500 years of Bermuda history. Number 11, kind of a bonus, but who doesn't like to do this? It is shopping right in Dockyard. So there are a lot of really nice, good shops to visit, to get souvenirs, to buy some things for yourself. And I'm going to share a few little kind of secrets with you. One of the things is that the pharmacy is actually a great place to buy some souvenirs, as well as if you are missing like some sunscreen or anything like that, definitely pick them up at the pharmacy. And Clock Tower Mall is also a great place to shop. And just to mention, you can take that trolley over there because it can be a little bit longer of a walk than it looks like, especially if you're getting a little bit tired, but you'll find everything at Clock Tower Mall. So from souvenirs and t-shirts to crafts from Bermuda to local art to jewelry. Now, because I've been to Bermuda before, I'm always looking out for something new to buy, something I haven't seen before, or maybe just something that I personally haven't tried. So I know this isn't new to everybody, but you know, I also do like perfume. So this is Lily Bermuda, and this is not sponsored, but truthfully, I went into the store Lily Bermuda, which is actually also right near Dolphin Quest and right near the National Museum of Bermuda. I'll insert a photo of the shop. Oh my gosh, it smelled so nice. And I did buy a little perfume. This one is called Coral. Oh, I absolutely love it. So ladies, take a look into that store. You'll be able to try different scents. They have for men and for women, and they have some soaps as well. But this could be a really nice souvenir to bring home or just a gift for yourself. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please let me know any questions that you may have about Bermuda or even about the cruise. I am going to be making a video about our cruise. It was on the Celebrity Summit. So you will have a video coming up shortly about our experience on the Celebrity Summit. I will leave a video right after this one all about the pros and cons of aft balcony cabins, because we did have one of those on the ship, and I'll give you some good information. But please let me know your questions. And if you've been to Bermuda before, please share your tips as well. Now, if you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I would love to have you here within the LifeWell Cruise community. Bye for now. Happy cruising.